Today I'm trying on some of the products that I got during the Sephora sale. We got the Phillips Underpainting palette, a few Danessa Myricks products, Tower 28 shimmer sticks, Dior lipsticks, Makeup by Mario cream eyeshadow, House Labs contour stick. I'm gonna be testing everything. Update, I had to leave 2 or 3 things out because the video was already too long. If you're looking for a particular product, check the timestamps to check if I tested what you want to see, or just watch the whole video. I'm going to start with the MPH Underpainting palette from Phillips. I'm going into the color corrector first. So if you're not familiar with underpainting, essentially it's about doing your sculpting before adding foundation. So any color correction, contour, highlighting, you do that first and then you layer your foundation over that. It's not a new technique. Actually, it goes back to, I believe, the 90s. Kevin O'Quan used to do it, but I think it was called reverse contouring back then. Painters used to do the same thing centuries ago. They would map out light and shadow before adding color, which is what we're doing.
After the amber layer has completely dried, I usually work with whitewash, covering all the light areas of the future painting with it. I just added titanium white and a black background, and my image immediately came to life and became more voluminous, more three-dimensional.
I'm using one of the 2 contour shades. I'm going to use the one that is warmer on the top of my forehead so that it looks like bronzer slash contour. And because I have a tall forehead, I like to apply it here all around the forehead to minimize it a little bit. Now with the other more gray color, I will do some cheek contour. And remember, we're not blending anything out right now. That is going to be done with our foundation. She says if you want a more defined jaw, to place it here, whereas I'm putting it down here just to accentuate what's already there. Let's contour the nose. What I really want to figure out, I'm doing some lip contouring right now, is whether this palette just overcomplicates things. Not this palette in particular. That's not what overcomplicates things. It's the technique. If it feels like added work for you, then you can just use this palette after your foundation, like in a traditional application, using it as a concealer and bronzer and contour, not necessarily doing the underpainting thing. Now we highlight. We draw, as Mary calls it, a flower on the forehead. Bring the line down the nose. You see, she does this very quickly, just like boom, boom. And for me, I have to focus to try to get the line right, which I'm sure gets easier with practice. Highlight under the eyes. More highlight. Now with a sheer or light coverage foundation, you're gonna go over all of the shaping that we've done. I'm using my Hourglass Skin Tint in shade 7. I'm gonna start going over the areas where there's no contour or highlight. The trick here is that when I go over the sculpting, here we go, I don't want all of the shaping to just blend into nothing. So it's important that this formula doesn't slip and slide easily, but also, what was I gonna say? Sorry, I forgot what I was gonna say. I'm very concentrated here, watching to see that it does not blend away, and it does not seem to blend away. That's great. Another thing is everything melting together properly and seamlessly? Back to the 90s, I think this technique was used mainly like for editorial purposes, not for the everyday person. And what Mary has done is that she has come up with a formula for the everyday makeup wearer. So it's supposed to look really soft and undetectable. I'm noticing that this formula is pretty on point, but it does look very skin-like. Let's blend that forehead a little bit more, but you see it's not blending away into nothing. That's fantastic. So the formula is sheer and skin-like, but at the same time, it grabs onto the skin just enough. That way you end up with one layer of product on your skin. Well, this looks wonderful. The beauty of this formula is how natural it looks. I think that things are looking structured yet soft. Am I keeping or am I returning this one? It's a keep. Structure without heaviness, and the learning curve is small. I'm looking very glowy. So now we're gonna switch to, how about one of the Danessa Myricks blushes? This one is in Spiced Latte. I am even gonna use the same brush I'm using. It's an old MAC brush. The number wore off. I will take it in that brush, work it into the brush. It has an ingredient called oxalate. It's a Swedish engineered powder that absorbs oil 10 times its weight. This is a warm brown, and notice that I'm not swiping. I'm just pressing because I don't want to move anything underneath. Beautiful bronzy color. I really like it. And here are all 4 shades on my cheeks. Which one is your favorite? These are the 4 colors that come in the Danessa Myricks blush kit. Let's try the Makeup by Mario cream eyeshadows. I have worn these before, and they wore perfectly fine all day. There was no creasing, no fading. And look how easy they blend. I think I applied too much. A little bit on the lower lash line. Let's now do some eyeliner. If you watched my previous video, you know that I got one of the Hung Vanngo gel eyeliners. I had called it a kohl pencil by accident. This is not the kohl one. This is the gel one. This is the one that lasts on your waterline. This time, I want to try it side by side with Victoria Beckham in Cocoa, since this is my go-to eyeliner for the waterline. Let's begin with the Hung Vanngo. This is a neutral brown in the shade Use Your Own Judgment. It's showing up pretty much on first swipe, maybe third swipe. Okay, Victoria Beckham. I do feel that the Victoria Beckham is slightly better because it lays down pigment faster. Yeah, it's quite pigmented. However, there is a price difference, $34 versus $24. If you don't want to splurge for the Victoria Beckham, I think you'll still be very happy with the Hung Vanngo gel eyeliner. When it comes to first application, you can get it to look as dark as this one. Now the question is, how does the longevity compare? I won't know for sure until I try it several times and wear it all day, but I will make sure to update you. I'm gonna finish the eyes by tightlining with this same eyeliner. Charlotte Tilbury Exaggerize Mascara. I'm back with mascara. Let's do lips next, and after that we'll deal with all of this glow. Let's do the Dior lipstick in Wild Rosewood. For lip liner, I think Mario in the shade Hue. I don't have a closer match. I like that you get full color payoff at first swipe. This lipstick is interesting because it's a long wear formula that's supposed to feel like a balm, but look like a lipstick. I am not loving this color, unfortunately. I love that it's not sticky though. I like the shine. It's not full on lip gloss kind of shine. It's a perfect sweet spot between everyday and statement shine. But I don't love the color. Fortunately, I have 2 more shades that we're going to try on, but this one is going to go back. I think that this glow is going to be the perfect testing ground for the Danessa Myricks Liquid Blurring Balm Setting Powder. This is supposed to be liquid powder. So let's see if it can get this glow under control. Important tip, get a damp beauty blender and lightly press the powder into the spray into your skin so that it doesn't dry just on top of the skin, but we want it to press it in lightly though. I'm going to retract my decision to return this Redwood shade. Actually, I really do like it. I like it a lot. So I'm keeping it. It's been exactly 5 minutes since I first sprayed this on. Look at my face. Absolutely zero powder. I'm going to put the side by side, the before and after. Look how the glow has been toned down a lot. I'm ready to declare my makeup done and go out, do whatever I have to do. I am not too glowy. It has mattified my skin and it also claims to blur. That's one of the key claims. You tell me, I'll show you a close-up. Do you think that it has actually blurred? Let's look at this area right here is where I have the largest pores. Well, aside from my nose, actually. But that is where I would look. This looks great. Really nice finish. One thing is that I feel it in my, yeah, I totally feel it in my hair. It leaves, like, you know how texturizing sprays leave some grit on the hair? That is what I'm feeling, like a coating of that type of texturizing grit. Next time I'll make sure to put like a towel on top of my hair and my clothes so that the spray doesn't get on anything other than my face. It's now been 15 minutes since I first applied it. It got even more matte, a tiny bit. So yeah, this is definitely a keeper. Highly recommend. Let's recap. What am I returning, keeping, and why? Let's start with the Dior lipsticks. This is Confident Nude. I liked it. That's a keep. This next one is Iconic Rose. I will return. I think it's too light on me. I didn't love it. Then this is Wild Rosewood. I am keeping this one. The Mario eye creams, cream eyeshadows. I really liked the blush shade, this pinky one. This is for sure a keep. It looked like it blended out really nicely, but then when I tried Sienna, in comparison to my skin tone, this is a big tonal jump. It's a lot darker. And I found that this formula dries way too fast. I was not able to get this color to blend properly. If this color is similar to your skin tone, then yes, it will appear to blend correctly, but not on me. This is a return. Patrick Ta, this blush and lip gloss, I tried it on in the previous video. This is a return. I thought that the lip gloss was way too sheer. You can see the sparkles a little bit, but not that much. So you're getting a sheer gloss with a little bit of sparkle. And the blush shade, I thought it was pretty, just nothing special, a pink blush. That's why I'm putting it in the return section. Next, I have two of these eyeshadows. This is Roxy and then Viper. I am going to keep Roxy and also Viper. Yeah, I'm gonna keep both of them. Viper is very close in color to this one from Patrick Ta, Still at the Club. I don't need both of them. Once you swatch them, they're very similar. I don't think you need both. I would return the Patrick Ta. Next up is the Hung Vanngo eyeliner. I am going to keep it. I really liked it. Next up, the Danessa Myricks blushes. I like the shades. I like the formula. But the thing is that the little jar it's so small that any brush you use to pick up the product, you're gonna get product along the rim of the pot. This might be just a me thing, but I don't like getting that part, the frame, let's call it, dirty. After I demoed these blushes, I took a Q-tip and swiped it along the edge to get rid of all the product that had gotten on it. I just know I'm not gonna use it because of that. So this is a return. Next up is the MPH Underpainting Face Palette. This is a keep. I love the formula. The tones were great matches to my light medium skin tone. I like how convenient it is to have a lot of your complexion products here in one compact. The formula is great, easy to use. I might use them for underpainting or I might not. I don't know how this is gonna play out. I will probably incorporate it into my regular routine and apply it after my foundation is done. The Danessa Myricks Glow Priming Serum. I really like this primer. I like how it softens the skin. Not much to say about that. On the other hand, a lot to say about this Color Sticks Duo. Where do I begin? If you saw me demo it in the previous video, you saw that it doesn't blend out. I tried on the plum shade. It sets almost immediately after you swipe it on your eyelid. After that demo, I wanted to make sure that I understood what this product was intended for. So I went to Danessa's Instagram. She lives every Tuesday called Teach Me Tuesdays. I found two that used this duo, and Danessa herself explains how it works. My takeaways were, this is great for hooded eyes. Since it dries so quickly, it only takes a few seconds for it to dry into a budge-proof and crease-proof eyeshadow that's going to last you all day, yet it's easy to take off. So that's great. One side is metallic, the other one is a foil formula, so it's super sparkly. Because it's a stick formula, you're not going to get any fallout, which is a huge pro. But frankly, the fact that it dries so fast, it's hard for me to work with. I would have to lay down first a base, like a wash of color, as a transition shade essentially, and then put this stick on top of that. So there are ways to work with it. An excellent use case for it is also if you want a metallic liner. Let's say you want to put it just across the lash line. If you want a sparkly liner, a metallic looking liner, you're going to love this product because it stays put. But outside of those use cases, I found it difficult to work with. So I am going to return it. So here are the products that I would keep and that I would return if I did not have a channel. But since I do, I'm gonna need some of these products for future reference. For that purpose, I am going to keep the Mario Sienna because I want to eventually compare it to the Armani eye tints and to the Lisa Eldridge liquid eyeshadows. I'm also going to keep Patrick Ta because I often compare sparkly shadows side by side, and I am also going to keep the Color Sticks Duo for the same reason. Do you agree with my decisions, what I kept, what I chose to return? Let me know your thoughts. I hope this was helpful. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.